fondly call protein, even though that's like a really bad source of protein, when you actually do the analysis and you actually look at it, not from like a bodybuilder, like super adrenalized whatever perspective, like, oh, I need my protein, and you know, it's just guzzling down 5 cows a week. That's not protein, that's an animal. That's the craziest thing to me. It's like, I hear people, when I work with people, I do coaching sometimes, people come to me like, okay, I eat my vegetables, I have my fruit, I have my, you know, whatever, and I have my protein. I'm like, wait, okay, let's back up there. Your protein, what's that? Oh yeah, you know, I have my lean meat, I have this and that. I'm like, okay, you know that's actually a piece of meat. It's not actually protein. More accurately, it's actually like connective tissue and muscle, like ligaments, and whatever quality meat it is. Like 99% of the animal meat products, flesh products in the world are not just that. They're nitrates, they're color preservatives, they're antibiotics, they're runoff from the tap water that animal's drinking, they're calcium-forming organisms embedded into the tissue of that animal that actually becomes the tissue of our body, right? So it's not, so protein actually becomes like, it's actually a very small fraction of that overall piece. Does that make sense? So we got to get back down to like common sense here. And I'm not here to say you need to be a vegan or vegetarian or any of that. That's so far away from what I'm saying. It's just we need to make distinctions. Right? If you're going to do that, then you need to do the best you can and actually stop treating it like it's a main course. One of the reasons we have heart disease, A, because we've gotten out of our heart. We're disconnected from our heart. We're disconnected from compassion. And people make up all kinds of excuses. I know that I have in my life why I would still eat meat like every single day and always feel tired. Always feel like, oh God, oh God. And pass out, right? Never thought about that, but I was attached to my belief around it. It's like, well, the animals, you know, I don't see any factory farms. It's cool. You know? But once you know about what's going on, at some point you have to be able to make that distinction for yourself. Right? And this is not like a vegan activist, like, I've been in those crowds. I actually gave a talk to a big one in California, because I am in that world, you know, like I'm a vegetarian myself, and that's how I ride that line. For me, philosophically and spiritually, that's a path that's opened up for me, not by choice. It actually was not my choice to be a vegetarian. I didn't choose it, it chose me. And after the years of doing that, and going back and trying meat again, and then coming back, I realized for myself, this is actually part of my dharma. Like for me, my diet and my dharma are actually wrapped together. And I can't tell you why that is. I just know on some level that is me being a public speaker and a voice for this message. That just is what it is for me. And I invite all of us just to look at what we're putting in our mouth a little bit differently, with a little more reverence, knowing where it came from. If you're going to do, you know, animal products, especially like flesh products, understand that your body has to take time to actually assimilate that. It's not like lettuce. It's not like green juice. It's not instant absorption. There's about a 48-hour period on a healthy digestion for that whole piece of steak, or maybe 24 hours for fish or something, to fully pass through the whole tubing system of the body and out. And one of the reasons we have the epidemic of all kinds of degenerative issues and breakdowns in the world is a little something called death by constipation. I have a YouTube video called Death by Constipation from a lecture I gave in Hawaii. They love that one. And that is it. It's about opening the channels to let things flow through. And once you've cleansed yourself for a while of all that old residue, then what happens is you get intuitive. Then you don't need me to tell you what to do. Or what, you know, I can help guide you, like, hey, like tribulus. You're having issues, hormone issues, life drive issues, you know, virility issues, whatever the case may be. Tribulus is a really important thing to know about, right? You got thyroid issues, you got a hypothyroid and underactive thyroid. Ashwagandha is a really important thing to know about. Maca root, if you're having like muscle cramping, you're having some kind of like brain fog, then maca is a pretty good thing to know about because it works on your hypothalamic system. Remember I said the HPA, gonadal, adrenal, thyroid system? Remember that whole thing? It basically this is your hormones, by the way. You want to like kind of get a simplification of the whole hormone thing because that's a complex subject. It starts from your hypothalamus. And that basically sends a message to your pituitary gland on what chemical to secrete into your body. So like thyroid stimulating hormone is secreted from this axis, this feedback loop that I just referenced, and that's how like thyroid binding globulin, it acts like a taxi car for T4 into T3, and that's your metabolism. So you might have heard like your thyroid is the reason for your inability to lose weight. And that's true to a certain extent, but that's a symptom. All thyroid issues are symptoms of a root cause. So what these herbs do, and what this whole deal, what this is all about is actually it's helping to mediate the symptom, but to get a little deeper over time to the root.